accounting, and in today's video what I wanted to talk about is why focusing on tax savings can really hold you back in your business. So what I want to do is just put this all into context and explain why I want to film this video. So one of the biggest challenges business owners have in this country, in my opinion, is that they form a relationship with accountants solely around tax. So everyone knows tax is a cost to a business. So what you're essentially doing is you're forming a relationship with a specialist around a particular cost in your business and reducing that cost. And reducing costs is a good way to improve your profitability. But why I really want to film this video is reducing costs and tax. While it might be a good way to improve your profitability, it's definitely not the best way to improve your profitability. So this is why it's so important to actually talk about this, because people have relationships with accountants in order to reduce their tax. You know, business owners will say, well, if you've got an accountant who will lower your tax bill, then they're a good accountant. But actually, no, what an accountant that will lower your tax bill, in my opinion, is average at best. Because the people who say you've got a good accountant if they'll lower your tax bill don't really understand everything else accountants can do. And that's why they're actually missing out on the bigger picture and everything else that accountant can do to improve their profitability. So ultimately, if you want to improve your profitability, you want to focus on the thing that's going to have the biggest impact, not one of the things that will have the smallest impact. And you know, most businesses in this country, they can't afford a finance director or like an accountant to help hold their hand, you know, all the time and pay loads of money for it. So if you've only got a limited amount of time with an expert, a financial expert, then you shouldn't be using that limited amount of time on saving tax. What you should be doing is asking them questions like, how do I improve my margins? And fine, they might say, okay, well, let's lower your tax bill, let's lower your other costs. But what they should really be saying is, okay, let's review your pricing. Let's make sure your pricing is relevant for the work you're actually doing. Let's do a little bit of benchmarking and see what other people in the industry actually charge. Let's actually start looking ahead in terms of your cash flows to make sure that you're getting the right kind of funding and you're taking the right amount of money out of the business and you're investing it wisely in terms of growing your business. So there's actually a lot of stuff a really good accountant can do beyond the tax side of it. And actually, what I would say is good accountants don't talk about tax, because good accountants just do tax. Ultimately, a good accountant will have built tax efficiency into all of their processes and everything we do. That's one of the things we do. You know, we probably don't talk about tax that much with our clients, because every checklist, every process we have in our business does the checks that are necessary to minimize the client's tax bill in a safe and responsible way. So this is why, in my opinion, I don't think good accountants should really talk about tax. What they should be doing is talking about profitability, it's talking about succession planning, the long term of the business, helping people bridge the gap between where they are financially and where they want to be. And that's why I think a lot of businesses are actually missing out. So what I'd like to do is offer you a free strategy session, because, you know, unlike a lot of the accountants out there who just focus on tax, what we actually do is we do all the other stuff as well, all the other stuff that business needs to actually grow. So we've got our Apex program, and as part of that, I'd like to offer you a free strategy session. What we'll do is we'll value what your business is currently worth, and then work with you to understand where you want to take it in terms of take-home pay and the business value when you want to sell it. And we'll talk about ways to actually bridge that gap. So thanks for listening. Remember, if you found this video useful, remember to like, share, and follow. But just the takeaway point is really, if you've got a relationship with an accountant, don't waste that relationship talking about tax. If you trust them to be good at tax and to do their get the tax stuff right, and if you don't trust them to get the tax stuff right, then what you really need to do is find an accountant you do trust to get the tax stuff right, because that shouldn't be your discussion point. The discussion point should be improving your margins and growing your business and improving your pricing. So I'll see you at the next video, and thanks for watching.